Hey, how's it going? I'm back with a video update from my rotator cuff recovery. Um, let's see. Right now, I'm just beyond 4 months from surgery. So that would be, I guess, 16 weeks or so, give or take. From my last video, I was just about to go to the doctor for my, to get the sling off. And when I did go to the doctor, he indeed told me that it's okay to wear it, but I just got to be careful that I don't lift anything heavier than, I think he said, 25 pounds. And don't extend my arms with any significant weight. And so I did, and things had progressed from the physical therapy standpoint. I went back to physical therapy. He had put me on some isometric exercises for a couple of weeks. You know, uh, Pushing my fist into a wall lightly. Same thing. Pushing my elbow into a wall, and then you know, and then pushing my elbow into a wall, I guess horizontally, off to the side, if that makes sense. I did that for a couple of weeks, and then along with the stretching, and then he had me on the bands for a couple of weeks, and the bands are not, I expect them to be like just like tension bands that you see in a gym or something like that, but they were like really big rubber bands, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And he gave me three of them. He gave me one with very little tension, and then a moderate one, and then a really really heavy duty one. And he was telling me that he gave me a series of exercises to do, and said that when the easiest band becomes too easy, then move up, and when that one becomes too easy, then move up. And he told me that I was going to advance quickly, and once again he was right. I mean, it was challenging, but I was able to in that 2 week period, I was able from going to very, very little strength in my shoulder. And in 2 weeks' time, I was working on the stiffest band that he had given me. I was just doing my sets, and just sets of 10 and 12, and just kind of doing it. Being religious about it, really helped. He also gave me the okay to start, doing push-ups on a wall. When the push-ups on a wall became too easy, then, progress to doing push-ups on a table. And then when those became too easy, then do push-ups on the floor. But he told me just to, really kind of be careful with that one, and don't drop down to the floor too quick, because I could re-injure myself. The push-ups part of it, I mean, it sounds kind of stupid, but doing push-ups on a wall, it was kind of tough at first, and then but then it became pretty easy pretty fast, and then the same thing for the table. But I was really nervous about doing push-ups on the floor. I had to, a few years ago, I had to take, physical fitness tests, for my job and everything. And I was able to crank out, 70 push-ups in a minute. But then moving from then, when I injured my shoulder and I tore the rotator cuff, I just kind of figured, let's see how many push-ups I can do with a torn rotator cuff. I couldn't even do one. I mean, I dropped down to I had no stability, no nothing, and I just kind of fell to the floor, and I couldn't even get one in. So I was really kind of nervous about, doing push-ups on the floor. And so it took me a while to gain my confidence back in order to try that. But then when I had gone to the physical therapy, at my let's see, I went back to the doctor on December 10th, and December 10th of 2014. That was my appointment date to get released to full duty, or to full duty to unrestricted activity, I guess would be the right phrase. But the physical therapist told me, I went and saw the physical therapist probably a few days before that, and he told me, he said that I've pretty much completed the physical therapy protocol, and that if I wanted to, I could come back after my appointment with the doctor, and then he would give me, we would talk about like doing like some maintenance exercises or whatever. But he said that was strictly up to me, and I declined not to. So I went to the doctor, and he was asking me, what. The first question out of his mouth was, so tell me the most strenuous thing that you've done with your shoulder so far. And I tell him about the physical therapy exercises and things that I've been doing outside physical therapy, like, shoveling snow and, just, moving trash barrels and, just stuff like that. And then, he, asked me how I was feeling. I said I was feeling great, and he asked me if I had any pain. I said no. Although, well, I had no pain, consistent pain, but there were some times where just through the course of moving around and stuff like that, I'd kind of pinch myself a little bit, and but it was nothing severe. And so he went and started ran me through what, as far as checking the stability of my shoulder, and he was, kind of, pushing and pulling and kind of jerking my arm around and just, testing my range of motion and asking me if I had any pain, how, and, which I didn't. And then, so, after, give my shoulder, the good once over, he went and released me to unrestricted activity. Although he did say that when I do go to unrestricted activity, just don't just dive into it, just kind of ease into some things. Like, when I injured myself wrestling jiu-jitsu. So I asked him about that, and he told me that I should probably wait another couple of months just to let it, completely heal, because I sure don't want to go back in there too soon and re-injure myself. So, I've been careful about doing that. I haven't started back up yet. I'm probably going to start, hopefully start that back up here in about another month or so. I'll give it. But, in the meantime, I'm, down on the, just doing an elliptical machine. And, it was funny because, even though I had no pain, per se, the elliptical machine, the first time I got on that, my arm was, it just fatigued really, really fast after only a couple of minutes. And then I was starting to get pain in my tricep and everything, but I really wasn't too concerned with it. But I wasn't too concerned with that. Sorry about that. Because, I just know that, just, on the elliptical machine, just pumping your arms back and forth, it's just a motion that I hadn't really done, before. So, it just, but then the second time I got on it, the pain was considerably less. The third time I got on it, the pain was considerably less again, and now, until I can, until, I can do, 30 minutes on the elliptical machine with no pain whatsoever. And then about the same time, I dropped down to the floor and I tried doing a push-ups, and and I'm doing push-ups. Right now I'm doing sets of 12, easily, but and they're pain-free. But I'm just just with certain motions and push-ups being one of them, just still trying to build my strength back up. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. It was really kind of weird because my shoulder, especially, for the long time, I was really atrophied. All the muscle definition went away, and it looked pretty gross. But I'm getting, all the muscle definition has come back, and things are good. I can, reach my arm all the way up, and although, my range of motion still not 100%, it's, close to 100%, but not quite. And so, that's just kind of where I'm at. And, good luck with, your, recovery. And, but if I could offer one piece of advice, it would be to, really, aside from the medication, because I covered that earlier, but really religiously follow the physical therapy protocol that without a doubt helped me the most. And that's really all I can say. It's a different kind of an injury. It's a slow healing injury, but it really, really sucks when you're going through it. But when you're done, it feels great. And just good luck to everybody. And that's that. Okay, bye.